efi evivi foods evivi rice.
GH mamanda mo se mama ba ya babo tuye ho fo na ya kaka ye ho na ma wo bia na ya hwe na ye yi na ye ze e free ho ende anapay anenti mo e free no nkodon down dara
Evivi foods evivi foods evivi foods bidi ade anim ado akuafo hene na meka sei se ye ba no emo ene akokonam a anunso odadia de magia tum na medi efi evivi foods evivi rice evivi foods evivi foods evivi foods bidi ade anim ado akuafo hene na meka sei se ye ba no emo ene akokonam a anunso odadia de magia tum na medi efi evivi foods evivi rice evivi foods evivi foods evivi foods bidi ade anim ado akuafo hene na meka sei se ye ba no emo ene akokonam a anunso odadia de magia tum na medi efi evivi foods evivi rice evivi foods evivi foods evivi foods bidi ade anim ado akuafo hene na meka sei se ye ba no emo ene akokonam a anunso odadia de magia tum na medi efi evivi foods evivi rice evivi foods evivi foods evivi foods bidi ade anim ado akuafo hene na meka sei se ye ba no emo ene akokonam a anunso odadia de magia tum na medi efi evivi foods evivi rice evivi foods evivi foods evivi foods bidi ade anim ado akuafo hene na meka sei se ye ba no emo ene akokonam a anunso odadia de magia tum na medi efi evivi foods evivi rice evivi foods evivi foods evivi foods bidi ade
All right, welcome back to Coastal Morning on West Coast TV. Me da say that way for the dahara inyen ready in someone so ewo aha ndana pay ye ka kan ye ho ne etuan ho ne ahye ye ho nkran a ihemfa na ye di bowura ye be sha ase na ye di nkomo osenkafo no ofa na nsem no zefia hantafo homa itsir eduanu anan ne enchichem oye akron no ni yiyim 2025 ho na ye ni na ye babro na okada no ho o say patience is not the ability to wait but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. Good things take time. Oh no, na osenkafo no reka. O say good things normally take time. Even sareto pan umpa needs to go through the oven, the furnace. Now we timina wa brown. Even gold, you need to smelt it. Oboko, ewa. Now we red gem, na generate man nan. Ono yember, na ebetim na keep the right attitude. Cause we biara o nambra kunyina odeda ho. Ntana pay osenkafo no more kind de abotar. Onya abotar anye de ebetim atwe no. Abotar ne enya otimo twen wo abra ne nzie na ade nyina no odeda na akwanem. Ne nzie enje no ne bibia no odeda na akwanem. Anapay maminchi a Dr. Tony Arthur, Patrick Arthur, Okita Ghana Man Guest House, anapay mi channel baby o bia na be busuafo ina mi chobi biara. Nchia kese so nkoma oye Desky Derek ni adi na mi team ni na mi cho bi biara nde anapay de ye bedi nkomo ewa ha nda anapay ye hye na ase a oncher ye bo rem na yenye oye Dr. Palgrave Boache Dankwa yenye no edidi nkomo ewa ha abra wa ye vetting na ewie Dr. Palgrave Boache Dankwa no kasama oye team Ken nda anapay ye bo hye na yakọ na keche na yenye na akodidi nkomo na ye rim na ya ba na ye ne captain akwa ono so kasama oye Dr. Mahamud Bawumi and team after the vetting what next and the ebe didn't come out for na ya je won nyina wona adwenche nsema oroko nsema oreba ni nyina no e wo fidue mo ha na Jocelyn baba aba cancer the maraso na Cosmos nso baba aba cancer na ye di nkomo ewo aha ananti quickly no ya che oye futusem na ewie no ma yen dan yen ho quickly with a quick commercial break na yembra na yembedi nkomo ewo aha okay all right okay so yanko na yembra na yembo
Edidi foods. Bidi adi enim ado. Ekuafo hine na meka say. Si yeba no emu ene akokọ nam a anuso odedia. De magia tum na medi efi edidi foods. Edidi rice. Edidi foods. Bidi adi enim ado. Ekuafo hine na meka say. Si yeba no emu ene akokọ nam a anuso odedia. De magia tum na medi efi edidi foods. Edidi rice. Edidi foods. Bidi adi enim ado. Ekuafo hine na meka say. Si yeba no emu ene akokọ nam a anuso odedia. De magia tum na medi efi edidi foods. Edidi rice. Edidi foods. Bidi adi enim ado. Ekuafo hine na meka say. Si yeba no emu ene akokọ nam a anuso odedia. De magia tum na medi efi edidi foods. Edidi rice.
All right, welcome back to Coastal Morning on West Coast TV. And I pay nkomo ayere twetwe nyina ne there. NPP amanyoku no wako vetting no we wie na wako vetting no ebe ne nsem na osi wo ho awaso timemu ya retain and I rehwe ne nda na pay ebe ne nkomo na okodo ewo ho. Dodo na rebisa the vetting okodo, how prepared are their candidates? Na what share competence and vision, na internal party unity, na delegates and grassroots politics and so baka kese that na national issues. Una wan work for election in na no biara kita oye neni so ade hu na dae so. Ye beti din komone ye dia fa ho na ye hwe oye nsama Ghana fo bi woreka ni nyinara wo ho. Nda na pay Nanape, yeah, we are privileged to have Dr. Palgrave Boache Dankwa, the former government spokesperson on security, the Maraso, and he is with the team, Okasa Team Ken, and Kennedy, a compreku, Japan, honorable as such. Nanape Yanko, na Yanko di Nkomo, Ewo Ahomanodo. Doc, good morning and welcome to West Coast TV. Welcome, Doka. Doka, this morning we want to speak on the vetting, what really transpired at the vetting grounds, and we will start off by, asking some of these questions. The vetting which just ended, how confident is your candidate that did he meet the expectations of the vetting committee, and what unique strength did he project?
Thank you very much, and let me bring a very special greetings from the Honorable Kennedy Japan, incoming flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party and next President of the Republic of Ghana. Yesterday's vetting gave us a very clear opportunity to share our vision with the party leadership. Vetting was chaired by Dr. Ame Adokofo, who was the former Minister for Defense in the SWAL for Liu Mahama government, and we also had some other senior persons present. We had Lord Comey, we had Evans Nemako, we had Lisbeth Ohene, we had Frank Davis, we had Rita Asobare, we had Obi Yamwa, and we had Honorable Stephen Setchred. And so yesterday, Kennedy had an opportunity, and you'll recall that this is his second opportunity to stand for the flag bearership of the party. And so he was very poised and very prepared, and he let the leadership of the vetting committee know that indeed when the party votes for him, he can be able to essentially give us power in 2028. And we left the vetting room realizing from the faces of all the panels that were there that they are very convinced about Kennedy. We left very convinced that we are the next flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. We left as well very assured that we are the next president of the Republic of Ghana. You laid some preamble at the beginning of this conversation. You spoke about grassroots participation. If you can relay those preambles again, then I can give you a percentage of how much is scored in all of those.
Okay. All right. So Doc, we are looking at the preparedness of the candidates. How the committee saw the candidates, its preparedness, and okay, let's move on. As we move on, they will all come so that you give us the percentages. Doc,
okay, please go ahead.
Some say the vetting is more of a ritual than a test. Did your candidate truly?
The New Patriotic Party is a party of interest to the Ghanaian people. If you recall the vetting committee panel that are gathered together, these are astute politicians, these are astute government experienced people, these are astute former parliament, and these are people that clearly understand the ethos of the tradition of the New Patriotic Party. Dr. Adokofo was a former MP, he was a former minister, a former cabinet minister. Clearly, he chairing this committee can clearly tell you that it's not a walk in the park and it's not a walkover. Miss Elizabeth Ohene as well was in the trenches during the PNDC era, during Dr. Edu Buahine's time, worked very closely as a minister for information during President Jonathan Kufuor's tenure. Lord Comey as the former director of operations at the presidency. You can clearly see the rank and file. Frank Davis as the head of legal. I mean, if you look at all the people that had gathered, Obi Amwa in charge of local government, you can clearly see that the questions were asked to scrutiny to ensure that we have a very well-equipped, a very well-prepared flag bearer who can be able to lead the political party into the success of 2028. And you talk about preparedness. Kennedy was very prepared, very poised. He paused his tour around the country. You are aware that campaign is ongoing. We've already done Western North, we've done Ahapo, we've done Bono, we've done Bono East, we've done Western Region, we've done five constituencies. We went for the funeral of the Asante big sister. We came back and the vetting. We were very, very prepared and very poised. And he said his ideas. on how he can be able to bring sustainable job creation. He spoke about agriculture. He spoke about the fact that the neglect of is the neglect of the growth of the Ghanaian economy. He looked at the data of agro farmers and people that are involved in agriculture, and almost 40 to 45% of the Ghanaian working class are all farmers. If they are not large-scale farmers, they do farming in a way, and the young people are collectively interested in farming. And he laid bare about the fact that he's going to ensure that he revolutionized the thinking around cassava, and spoke about the 38 products that cassava can give to us. Spoke about other products that can be able to bring us a lot of development and growth. And spoke about the fact that Ghana is going to be an export-driven country rather than an import-driven country. He spoke about this and the industrialization drive, which obviously is going to be a bedrock of what John Ajekum Kufuor did, a bedrock of what Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo did, and a bedrock of what he's going to do. We left the vetting committee convincing the people that vetted us to be able to know that John Ajekum Kufuor laid a foundation, and Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo built upon it. The next person to be able to inherit the legacy of John Ajekum Kufuor, the next person to be able to inherit the legacy of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo is none other than Kennedy Akufo-Addo. They looked at his visionary leadership, they looked at his persuasive leadership, they looked at his anti-corruption style, they looked at the fact that Ghana is going to be a bright chance for the continent.
Okay. All right, Doc, let's look at competence and vision. Every aspirant claims to be the most capable to win NPP power in 2028. What is the one practical policy your candidate can deliver that sets him apart?
Over the past 40 plus years that Kennedy has been involved in mainstream politics, in terms of accomplishment, his ideas has brought a lot of transformation, and his ideas have created almost 10,000 jobs in this country. The data for Ghana Revenue Authority, which is GRA, the data for those that pay revenue and taxes is almost 9,000. Kennedy has created more jobs than what GRA has been able to create. And for me, his ideas are very clear. His idea has been able to build the biggest cold store in the sub-region of West Africa. His idea has been able to build the biggest steel factory in the continent of Africa, worth $100 million, operational of about $35 million. His idea has been able to put up a lot of factories, steel factories, and other factories in rural communities. His idea has been able to commission him to now build the biggest pharmaceutical in the continent of Africa, which was just the capsule for that last week. And so, in terms of accomplishment, if you look at all the